Greetings, mortals. I am Natas, one of the rulers of the underworld, or specifically the ruler of manga hell. And today we'll be reacting the newest chapter of Black Clover, chapter 339, titled Heavenly Severance. You know, this week has honestly kind of been a letdown when it comes to manga chapters. I mean, not to say that the chapters themselves are bad. I'm sure that even normal fans of these series aren't gonna be like disappointed, or that none of them are not gonna be excited. But these chapters aren't exactly my cup of tea. But we'll get into it when we get into it. So let's just get into it. So, anyways, let's start with the narrator saying, "In the foreign land, Asta meets someone who just happens to be Captain Yami's little sister." As he's like, "What?" As she's also grabbing a guy, like trying to squish his head together. I'm assuming that's the shaking from her hand, unless there's like a side effect or something. Anyways, as then we have us like being, "Oh, oh, oh, oh," but he's never said anything about this, which is true. Like, I'll be able to bring up why he never mentioned his sister. Now, some people like to talk about it because of Yami being, I think, 13, confirmed. Like to think that she's a bit around that like that's a. They like to think that between 13 and whatever old Yami is now, I think he's like 30 or 29, somewhere in that age range. I'm forgetting exactly. That's how old, around that age range is how old Ichika is, but there's no confirmation. All that he just says is like, "And I don't give a damn about that frisky man either." So I'm guessing it may be hatred, or maybe that he just doesn't care about her. Again, it's difficult to say. There's something very weird about this place, and I don't know what exactly it could be. So anyways, they have us just be like, "Yeah," and then we have some of the other guys be like, "Hey, isn't it the Shogun? Hey, isn't that one of the seven?" Well, no, I'm actually joking with you. It was this like, "Hey, that hair color of his, is he a foreigner? What's with that arm?" As they all kind of shake it, kind of moving around, it's kind of spreading rumors, which also should be predictable. As then we have Iryu just like grabbing Asta, grabbing Ichika as he just starts running, as he's like, "Oh yeah, hey yeah, buddy, you should be feeling better by now." As we have Ichika be like, as we have Ryan just be like, "Chaka," as Ichika like, "Off we," well, I'm just being, "Off we go." So he's just grabbing a two and just running. So yeah, this isn't getting any less suspicious, honestly. Just more and more. Then we have shot of the trees, and then we have them being in this like weirdly isolated building, which we find out is basically the hospital of the Land Rising Suns. So yeah, and then we have us back. Is Libe here? Which is actually the only thing I'm actually happy the fact that we adjust Libe's day, because a lot of times Libe just kind of gets for his existence just gets forgotten. Then we have the open, as then, well, as then we see like a weird like bubble creature coming out, as I was like, "What?" And then we get revealed that these are actually just some kind of scroll summoning fish that this guy has for healing. And we have this guy be like, "I'm relieved to see that you're doing well." And then we have this guy who has like, that's, I think, stereotypical clothing, that Japanese clothing that people have that wear medical in manga. Not sure that's also the real world reference. I'm not like that familiar with it. I mean, honestly, I'm not really that big of a fan of these designs either. So yeah. But anyways, we have this guy just showing up. Where some people actually reference that he looks kind of like Tabata. Maybe I need to. I'm not exactly that good when it comes to these types of stuff, so I need like one-to-one comparisons. But yeah, they reference how he looks similar, but I do think they also reference that there's some other character he looks similar to. And actually, I'm also thinking that he reminds me of a character, but I can't remember which character he reminds me of. I mean, Overlord character? No, I don't think so. Maybe someone I'm forgetting. Anyways, there we have Ayo saying, "This is Mukiria Fumito, our local recovered Yojitsu genius." For a local guy, he just seems to be living isolatedly from everyone else. As there are fish approaching them, as we have the fish spitting Libe out, as I was like, Libe! So, yeah. So is there a reason why Libe is in his GB form constantly? Because I feel like, considering what kind of contract Asta has with Libe, you'd think that he would be allowed to stay in his human form if he wants to. Or his demon form, no. His non-chibi form. So yeah, anyways, there we have Mikori for me to be like, it's the first time I've ever given medical treatment to a creature like him. So it took me some time. I'm not sure that's referring to a devil or because of anti-magic, but needless to say, he said that's the reason why it was a delay. Alright, I'll believe it. Anyways, then we have Asta like kind of hugging Libe. He's like, "Yay! Well, Libe, I'm so glad you're safe and sound. Being separate from you in such an ephemeral place made me feel so lonely. I mean, it's not like we're separate constantly because Tabata forgets about you. You're totally not Delilah of this manga." As I have Libe there, as we see, he actually has like a little. He also has like the same scar as Asta, so I guess the two guys share pain from now on. Which I don't think. I think it was kind of implied beforehand, but now it's actually I think confirmed. As we have Libe kind of blushes like, me too. So he also had Tsundere. So yeah. Anyways, then we have get like a bunch of traditional Japanese food we see. As we have Asta, and I'm guessing also Libe because he's on his shoulder, being like be like, yummy, what is this food? It's so tender. I've never had no titles like these before. And then we'll be like, Iryu and Ichika are also eating as Mikuto is bringing some tea. It's just like, Kakaka, Fumito is a genius when it comes to cooking too. Convenient. As they have Ichika eating in a very like pissed off manner. I can't believe I'm stuck eating here. And then for me to be like, why, thank you. And we have us to be kind of happy, and then he's like also getting kind of depressed. And she's like, remembers, still, I have to go back soon. And then I was like, Iryu, please tell me anything you know. Is there a way to get back to the Clover Kingdom? And he even steps up, which honestly does make sense. And you didn't actually state how to get back. And then you would be like, oh, you stay on that. And it's like, don't you already know Asta? Even if you went home now, you couldn't beat Lucius if he got serious, which is true. But still, like, you can tell him how to get it back, or are you concerned that Asta's gonna go running for it? I mean, you could say, oh, there's a ship that can take. Oh, there's a space mage that we are gonna take you when we deem you ready to go back. Like, you do not need to keep it a hidden how you're gonna return him to Clover Kingdom. And then I was like, I have to try. I couldn't protect her. I think that's his inner thoughts being as we see him going up against Lucius, as we see Lucius doing the whole thing with the Lily. As we have aspect, while I'm here, sister and everyone else they're he doesn't know what they are. That's the thing. Like, he has no idea. As we have us be getting all desperate and like, so please. And he thinks to himself, I have to save her. Again, as if you'll be like, it's alright, you still got time. Yeah, time, but can you tell him how to get back? Can you tell him we'll take you to a space mage when we deem you worthy? Until then, train. As then we have Aspect. How could you possibly know that? Training, all I've done in my whole life is train. Which is true, although to be fair, it's not like you're that old. You're like what? Just 18, 19? And I was like, maybe I'll never be strong enough. Alright, what is up? Okay, why does Asta think he'll never be strong enough? I mean, granted, was defeated pretty soundly by Lucius, but again, this is something I really don't get. I get having his confidence shaken, but he acknowledges there are people who are even equal, if not stronger than him beforehand. So I don't know why Lucius, one of the people you'd think would Asta accept as his superior in terms of strength. Well, because literally Julius was before him. He'll be also shaken. Whether it's probably PTSD and maybe panic because he can't do anything and they're in danger and all that. They have Ichika staying up and just slapping Asta to his senses, as we have Ichika saying, I don't know what's going on with you, nor do I care if you die. Well, he's panicky because you just brought him into an unknown land, or what it well, not you, but he was sent to an unknown land. Then you guys will all chill for a moment. Say he should go around, and then you just give him food, and he'll be like, no, stay here, train, stay here, train, stay here, train, like nothing else. Again, you should have at least revealed to him how you plan on taking him home. Not sure if this is like a translation thing, and when the official translations come out, they'll mention, oh, no, we'll take you to space to mage later, but right now we need to train. Again, like, they're not really calming him down. They're just like, you have to train to get stronger. Like, I mean, you guys might be aware of all this stuff, but he doesn't. Every day of Ichigo saying, but the fact you're even alive right now is thanks to Eriura-sama and Mikuriya Dono saving you. And then in the background, Iryu and Midoriya like holding their hands like this, and they're thinking themselves, there she goes with her words again. So yeah, I guess this was scare, which is actually something that's not suspicious for once in this land. So yeah. Anyways, then we have her explain why the commoners were the citizens were with us the way they were in the beginning of the chapter, and she's like, foreigners like you are said to be the main cause of disaster. Makes me wonder what like that's referring to. As they have to say, maybe to you he's a mysterious foreigner, but this man is an honorable shogun of our nation. That no one seems to know is a thing because no one even made comments about him. And also, it's not the fact that that us is disrespectful to him. It's just that you guys are not telling him how to get home. Tell him how to get home, then train. It's simple, logical, and you people should have enough of a brain capacity to know stuff like this. And right there, Ichika grabbing her katana and starting to pull it out, she's like, if you disregard his advice and throw your life away right after he saved it, then here and now I'll cut you down myself. And she's also making a very pissed off face. So yeah, then we have her saying, don't take people's kindness for granted, you fool. And we have Asta look at this, and he's like bowing in a bit of a sorrow. But still, like Asta, he's right to want to know how to get home. Again, I feel like this could have been a lot easier if they at least told him there is a way to get home. We'll tell you after, or they at least said to him what the way to get home is. It's just we don't want you to go. It's just there's no purpose to you going back if you can't do anything. So stay here and get strong. Like that really explain things if you really think about it. I would tell Asta Ball and be like, thank you so much for saving us. I'll take back my request to return home. Again, you can return. Again, there's nothing wrong with you wanting to go home. Just ask them, can you tell me how to get home? Again, as there we have us, you're saying, Kaka, very well. If Lucius has his way, we'll all be in trouble. So this is acknowledged they're also in danger. Then we go to the outside of the into the bamboo forest, whatever, as we have them all standing there. As then we have Irius trying to explain their training methods, as we have Irius saying, Lucius has overwhelming physical strength and magic, so you're gonna be outclassed in a fight. You're gonna want to end the battle in a short amount of time. That's where Heavenly Severance comes in. The name of the move that Ichika used last chapter, and what us gonna be training now. And I was like, Heavenly Severance? What was that this? So yeah, just remember that. Then we have us saying, but I don't have any magic power, which is fair since that's how most things work in Black Clover, where most people use magic for that. The whole true magic, ultimate magic, that stuff. As you have Iryo saying, no, no, just concentrate, feel the key. Then we have us looking at Ichika, and then like Ichika doing the pose, this pose, as Ryu says, key is to flow of vital and energy. That everyone subconsciously uses their output, their Uryuku. There's like a bit of a showing of each guy have like the key becoming kind of like a flame of energy around her. Then we have, which I'm gonna, this is from perspective of Asta, how Asta sees it, her key. You're saying if you do it deliberately and precisely with your key, then we have each guy like moving her hand like this, as Asta looks at it a bit in anticipation. As you're saying, take all the Ryuko in your body and release it, at once. There is we see each guy like doing a slice with her hand as she uses Heavenly Severance, as she cuts a bamboo tree clean, as they are still looking at shocked, as each guy like, turns to him, as the bamboo tree is like falling down, right? Because it was separate, put in the middle. As they were each saying, this Ryukyu and speed creates the amount of force that ends up being explosive. I would say like a blade, so, but whatever works for you. As they were each saying, try it, foreigner. As they were, you could be like, huh? That's it? I guess he was expecting a bit more of an awesome showcase. I mean, usually these showcases are extremely over the top. And then Mario could be like, you're asking," as he's saying this shaking, like, "You're asking the impossible. It isn't guaranteed that even skilled users of Yojitsu could pull that out after years of training. Only you lot in the using 7 could manage such a..." So, yeah, I guess we can assume this ability is something exclusive to those guys, which again is something that I actually do like. It's not, and does help the language sound become a little less weird. Again, maybe it's just the pacing, or maybe it's just the way some of the things are structured, but still. So, yeah, as he refers to the fact that it's just the using 7, I'm wondering if Ryu can do it as well, and the Emperor, although to be fair, there was no Emperor stated, although I don't think Ryu is the king here because, no reference. Anyways, then we have Asta going full on Izuku Midoriya, which, my god, if My Hero Academia has become more like Black Clover in the recent chapters, then Black Clover's gotta start becoming like My Hero Academia, isn't it? And they have Izuku, well, Asta mumbling, "I never thought of using ki like that. Is it like imagine of what everyone else was doing with their ki for Monaskin, and now that I have a contract with Libe?" So yeah, anyways, then we have, it'll be like, "You've already seen how to use ki, haven't you? And now that you've got Libe and anti-magic project power is flowing through your body, instead of your Yuku, try using anti-magic power." So, oh yeah. So us is basically gonna be using anti-magic, but in this manner. I always have Asta like doing similar thing with Ichigo, but I think he's doing it like this. As he's ready to slice, there's also Libres on his shoulder, which is adorable. Or Asta, I feel like he's even small now. They have Asta doing the same slice. As you see, the stick has nothing, but we have Miruku saying, "As I thought," which means it's going to have effect. As there we see the boat tree just disintegrating, like not even cut, it's like disintegrating slowly. And we have each cut, and we will be like, "Huh?" Well, each cut will be like, "Hmm?" And we will be like, "Oh." So yeah. No, I actually don't have a problem with this being taken effect as quickly as it did, because Asta already have had Key beforehand, and Asta is supposed to be like learning stuff faster than most people do. So this is just him, and he already has experience with Key, so I don't really have an issue with him learning it so quickly. But still, it's kind of, it's kind of what you expect. Anyways, then we have to be fair, there's a bit more of a time gap before us actually show up, so maybe it's also gonna be meaning it'll be more training, so it's not gonna be as horrible as the previous arc, well, previous saga had. And it'll be like, "Great job, Kakakaka! This bamboo ain't supposed to be able to wither because it's grown with Ryuku." So yeah, Ryuku's gonna help. So yeah, anti-magic gonna be very useful. Is there we have us to look at? Is there Ryu like be like trying to build balance, but right now it's like, "You already had a solid foundation. You just didn't know how to focus it," which is true. As then we have, it's saying, "From here on, you're gonna gain a ton more experience." So yeah, instead of Asta looking at Ichika as Ichika, what do you want, bastard? Or foreign, I guess. As I was like, thank you, I can still be strong, which is a very wholesome panel with Asta saying that, and I really do like. I mean, I really like this panel. It's like one of those like it hits you kind of panels. No, it does. It does really work. Again, I do have to still feel like there's some rush to it, but still, I like this panel. Then we have Ichika being again irritated. Well, still be irritated. Like, as they were, I was like, please help me out. I'm counting on you. So yeah, I guess they're gonna be trading here. As we have the end of chapter next saying, in this foreign land, surpass your limits and reach unseen heights. Well, technically, with Lucius already being there, they are unseen heights, just heights that are gonna be a trouble for Lucius if we're being totally honest with ourselves, but it works. Everything works. So yeah. Now with this chapter's ending, I do kind of wonder if we're gonna do a similar thing where we like cut away from Asta for a while so he can learn all his key maneuvers. Like I don't think he's gonna be anything like very exciting for chapter after chapter type of situation, or maybe like week to week type of thing. So I feel like we're gonna cut into the next chapter with focusing on some other stuff that's happening in the Clover Kingdom, like training, Noel training. I mean, honestly, we haven't seen Noel, Yami, or anything like that for a while. So, or seeing them what they are thinking of right now, the Black Bulls looking for a star, revealing if there is something very weird about where this Land Rising Sun is. I'm also imagining we're gonna have like intermediary between with the other kingdoms. Well, yeah, two with Heart and Spades, and Dumb has kind of one instinct. And I'm guessing we're probably gonna get stuff like that. I just get this like impression, although to be fair, we could still be focusing on that, but I hope we don't. I hope we continue it. Focusing on what's going on. Well, we focus on what's going on the part of the world. Since again, like I'm not really that interested in the whole Japanese thing. Like I really don't. We hope. I really hope we focus more on the other one's training and not just rush everything out behind around that. So yeah, anyways, I hope you like this chapter reaction. I hope you leave your thoughts in the chapter comments below. Don't forget to leave a like, subscribe to this channel for more videos in the future. And with that said, I cannot wait to see all of you mortals next time. Goodbye.